All right, guys, here we are, the last upper body workout of the week. Today happens to be Saturday. Sometimes it could be a Saturday, sometimes it could be a Sunday. Today it's a Saturday. This is a touch-up day for upper body, so basically, typically it's going to be more back focus. I'm going to hit probably maybe a little shoulders and some little arms, but that's just the gist of it. But you'll see probably mostly back training during this workout. First exercise is the pullover. We're going to use a half rep or 1.5 rep in the bottom range. So now with this, you want to get a lat stretch, but if you come back too far, you're going to end up stretching the chest. So we want to just limit it to the lats. Drive through, boom, one, come up, back down. Get that half rep. First is set. The reason I'm doing that double pump at the bottom is because I'm trying to favor that lat range. So that lat range is from like this to the bottom. So I want to overload that range, really push those elbows back into the back to the lats. At the bottom, I make sure I double contract there because I'm trying to get more stimulation in that range. So that's just a trick. You know, working a machine like this does work a little chest if you use a full range of motion. So if I want to take advantage of the lat range, I do movements like that. So we start off with this because I really like to isolate the lats and get some blood in there. And it's just a good start because you don't really use much else. You know, I try to keep the chest out of it, so I'm not using the chest. And I'm not really having to use the arms, so really just pre-exhaust those lats for whatever else we're gonna do with that. Oh, whew. Yeah, rough set. You want to keep that position kind of forward so you can really get over. You don't want to arch your back too much. It's counterproductive. So if you feel your abs working a bit, it's okay. It's okay because you got to think about it. If your abs are locked down and you lift your elbows up, you can only stretch your lat so far. In order to stretch farther, you have to open up your torso. And that's really not stretching the lats, is it? So I say stay over into it. Your lats will get a stretch, but you'll be able to control it and really pull that into the body in the bottom and really keep it into the lats. And who doesn't need a little ab work? I don't train abs a lot, so why not get a little stimulation here on the lat pullover. 2 or 3 failure points on this exercise. I think that's enough. All right, we won't go far. All right. No, we're gonna use this hoist, lat pull down, but we're gonna use it backwards because it reminds me of an exercise that I like to use by another company. We're gonna do 2 variations of this movement. We're gonna do one that's lat focused, elbow coming down to the hip. We're also gonna do one that's upper back focused, where I bring my elbow out here. I will also alternate, so I'm always holding the stretch position to keep tension on one side while the other side's working. Hope that didn't overcomplicate you. If you don't understand, just watch. You want to grab towards the rings or the caps. All right, it's the higher position, so I'm higher. All right, let's put some weight on there. Yeah, man, we use some grips on this. It's a long time to hold. What I found is, I used to do 2 hands. When you do 2 hands, because of the machine and the weight, pulls you off a lot more. So when you alternate, you don't have quite that problem of it pulling you off. You still got the same amount of tension. Woo. I feel done. That's just because of the pump, I guess. Oh. Whew. I'm done. Yeah. All right, guys, let me at least explain. I wasn't in the mood earlier, but I can do it now. The prime row, chest supported, of course. Neutral grip. We are alternating, pausing basically in the stretch. We have it loaded to where it's in the mid cam range. So the mid range is the middle range is like a normal cam, your normal biomechanical tension strength curve. But we added some weight up top, which will enhance the load in the bottom range. So it makes it harder out the bottom, makes it harder out of the stretch. So that way, maximizing the tension even when I'm not moving the weight and I'm in the pause or the alternating position. So we finish this move off. You see me doing basically a shrug or a scapular retraction to work the traps, upper back a little bit more after finishing the rows. We sit up in an upright position just to kind of adjust the angle a little bit so more traps are involved. All right. Hope that makes sense. Shoulders. Two moves. Shoulders, lateral raise. We all know what that is. Rear delt archer row is what I call it. You can call it what you want. I like it. Easy target. have trouble feeling it, keep the elbow high. You can feel it without having elbow high, but if you have trouble feeling it, sometimes raising that elbow, keeping it high, keeping it ear level, will allow those who don't have a good connection to feel the connection. But some of y'all can get a connection down here too. I can, but some people can't feel it because their back engages too much. So they got to keep that elbow truly high, as if they're really an archer. You know what I mean? Rear delt. Believe it or not, we're almost finished. Believe it or not. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that touch-up day. Last upper body session of the week. Yes, I did train some arms. But don't forget to shop Gorilla Wear. Don't forget, use Brandon 10 for 10% off. Boom.